Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, if you've been following the NFL closely, you know that the landscape of the league is always shifting, but lately, nothing has been more shocking than what just happened with Russell Wilson and the New York Giants. Yes, you heard right. Russell Wilson, the veteran quarterback who spent over a decade with the Seattle Seahawks, and then tried to find his footing with the Denver Broncos before a brief stint with the Pittsburgh Steelers, now finds himself in a situation that no one could have predicted just a few months ago. And let me tell you, this story is a roller coaster, full of twists that could reshape the division. It all started with Wilson's move to the Giants in free agency. Coming off a season where he finished strong with the Steelers, many fans and analysts thought, hey, maybe this is a new chapter, a fresh start for Russell. After all, the Giants had been searching for stability at the quarterback position for quite some time, and Wilson, with his experience and leadership, seemed like the perfect fit. The hope was that he could bring that veteran presence, that winning mentality, to a team that's been on the rise but still lacks that elite quarterback to push them over the edge. But as we all saw in the first 3 weeks of the season, things didn't go as planned. Wilson's debut was promising, but it quickly became clear that he was struggling to find his rhythm. Over those 3 games, he threw for 778 yards and 3 touchdowns, which on paper looks decent. But the problem was the 3 interceptions and the fact that he was completing just 59.1% of his passes. That's a red flag for any quarterback, especially one with Wilson's experience. The Giants, recognizing these issues and perhaps wanting to give younger players like Tyrod Taylor some playing time, made the tough decision to bench Wilson ahead of their Week 4 matchup against the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, this benching sent shockwaves through the NFL community, and for Giants fans, it certainly raised some eyebrows. What does this mean for Wilson's future? Is this the beginning of the end? Well, if we look at the bigger picture, Wilson's career over the last few seasons has been marked by ups and downs. Since his peak years with the Seahawks, where he was considered one of the top quarterbacks in the league, Wilson has been on a downward trajectory. Over the past 4 seasons, he struggled to replicate the magic that made him a household name. His completion percentage has dropped to 63.1%. His yardage total for those 4 years is just shy of 10, 0 yards at 9, 854 yards, with 61 touchdowns against 27 interceptions. Those numbers tell a story of a quarterback who is no longer in his prime, especially as he approaches his late 30s. And now, at 36, turning 37 in November, the decline seems more evident. Wilson's mobility, arm strength, and decision-making have all taken hits. The NFL is a league that rewards the young and the talented, and when you're in your late 30s, the margins for error shrink dramatically. For Wilson, this benching might be more than just a coaching decision. It could be a sign that the end of his playing career is near. Many experts believe that a player in his situation, especially after being on 3 different teams in just 4 years, might want to consider retirement. Not because he lacks talent, but because the physical and mental toll of the game at his age, combined with recent struggles, makes it difficult to see a clear path back to being a consistent starter. But let's not forget who Russell Wilson is. This is a guy who, just a few years ago, was considered one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the NFL. His leadership, work ethic, and ability to make plays under pressure earned him multiple Pro Bowl selections and a reputation as a clutch performer. For the Giants, signing Wilson was seen as a gamble, a chance to add veteran stability to their offense. The hope was that with his experience, he could help develop their young weapons, like their receivers and tight ends, and lead them deep into the playoffs. However, football is a game of adjustments, and sometimes even the most talented players need to adapt or face the consequences. The Giants are in a position now where they must evaluate what's best for their future. Do they stick with Tyrod Taylor, who has shown flashes of competence and leadership? Or do they give Wilson another shot to prove he still has what it takes? That remains to be seen, but the message is clear. Wilson's time in New York might be limited if he doesn't turn things around quickly. This situation also puts into perspective what the Giants are building. Last season, they surprised many with their resilience and the emergence of a strong defense and a balanced offense led by Daniel Jones. But now, with Wilson benched, the team is arguably in a transitional phase. Their focus is on developing their young core and building a long-term contender, and while Wilson was brought in as a stopgap, his recent struggles highlight how unpredictable the NFL can be. The Giants, like many teams in this league, are constantly trying to find that perfect mix of veteran leadership and youthful energy. Looking ahead, it's crucial for Giants fans to understand that this is not just about Wilson's individual struggles. It's about the bigger picture, the evolution of a franchise that's trying to find its identity and its quarterback of the future. Whether Wilson can rebound from this setback remains to be seen, but this chapter will certainly be remembered as one of the more surprising stories of the 2025 NFL season. For fans, it's a reminder that no player, no matter how accomplished, is immune to the harsh realities of football. Sometimes, even legends have to face the tough choices, whether that's adapting to a new role or stepping away from the game altogether. Now I want to talk a bit more about the Giants' current state. This team, under head coach Brian Daboll, has shown that they're capable of competing at a high level, even if they're still young and learning. Their defense has been stout, and their offensive line has improved compared to previous seasons. The addition of a quarterback like Wilson was supposed to bring some veteran savvy, leadership, and a spark to their passing game. But with Wilson's recent benching, the team now faces questions about their quarterback stability and the overall direction of their offense. For Giants fans, it's frustrating to see a player like Wilson, with all his experience, struggle so quickly after just a few games. But it's also a testament to how competitive and unforgiving the NFL can be. Every mistake is magnified, and the pressure to perform is immense. Wilson's benching might be a temporary setback, or it could be a sign that the team is moving on, looking to develop their younger quarterbacks and build for the future. Either way, it's a story that will be dissected and debated throughout the season. In terms of stats, let's take a closer look at Wilson's recent performance. Over those 3 games, he threw for 778 yards, which averages out to roughly 259 yards per game, decent, but not spectacular. His 3 touchdowns are okay, but the 3 interceptions reveal a recurring issue with decision-making, and his completion percentage of 59.1% is below the league average, especially for a quarterback of his caliber. These numbers highlight that Wilson is not the same player he was during his prime, and that's a reality the Giants and their fans will have to accept moving forward. This situation also sparks a broader conversation about aging quarterbacks in the NFL. Wilson's story is not unique. Many talented passers have faced similar declines in their late 30s, and some choose to retire before the physical toll becomes too much. For Wilson, the next few weeks might be critical. Will he fight to regain his starting role? Will he accept a backup role and mentor the next generation? Or will the frustration and setbacks lead him to make the difficult decision to retire? Only time will tell, but the NFL community is watching closely. And let's not forget the historical context. The Giants have a rich history of developing quarterbacks and overcoming adversity. From Phil Simms to Eli Manning, the franchise has seen its share of ups and downs. Right now, they're at a crossroads, trying to balance their present with an eye toward their future. Wilson's recent benching might be a bump in the road, but it also opens doors for young talents and new leadership to step up. The team's resilience and ability to adapt will be tested, and fans are eager to see how this story unfolds. In conclusion, what we're witnessing is a pivotal moment not just for Russell Wilson, but for the Giants as a whole. It's a story of hopes, setbacks, and the harsh realities of NFL life. For Wilson, it could be the beginning of the end of his playing career, or perhaps a chance at redemption if he can turn things around. For the Giants, it's about building a sustainable winning culture with or without their veteran quarterback. But one thing is certain, this season has already thrown us some surprises, and the best is yet to come. Keep your eyes on the Giants, folks, because this story isn't over yet. The NFC East is heating up, and with each game the stakes only get higher. The future is uncertain, but one thing is for sure. The passion, the drama, and the excitement of the NFL are alive and well with the Giants in the thick of it. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUB algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on all this? Do you think Wilson still has a shot to turn things around? Or do you believe his benching signals the beginning of the end? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing your opinions because they matter so much to us and to the future of this franchise. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and all the latest news surrounding the Giants. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep this conversation going. The NFL season is just heating up, and with each passing week, the storylines become more intense. Thanks for being part of this journey with us, and as always, go Giants!